Hello everyone, my name is Mona Lisa Shinde and I welcome you all to the channel SS Tech Phoenix, an exemplary learning community. Today we are going to discuss one of the database management system topic, and topic is types of SQL commands. Since there are various SQL commands and if you want to learn all that, then we should first know what are the different types in which that SQL commands are categorized. So let's start. Since we are focusing only on the types of SQL commands, we have only 2 points to discuss. First is what is SQL and what are the different types in which that commands are categorized. First of all, SQL means what? It is an structured query language. Structured means having some specific format, just like tables. In table, we can store the data in the form of rows and columns, and this SQL is used to communicate with that database which is stored in the tables. Student database is in this table. Roll number, name, address and marks. These are the columns and these are the values in the tables. If we consider one row, then this is the information of one particular student. So this one particular row is called as record, and we can say in this particular table there are 4 records. So this SQL is used to store the records or to store the database in these tables, to manipulate or update the database in that tables. Also, other than that, with the help of SQL, we can assign various priorities or various permissions to the users. We can also track the transactions happening in the database system. For that, we have to use SQL commands. So let's see what are the types of SQL commands. See, this is the classification of SQL commands. There are 5 types in which that are categorized: DDL, DML, DCL, TCL and DQL. First is DDL, that is Data Definition Language commands. These are the commands which are used to deal with the structure of the table. Means the columns which we define into the table, that will be the structure of table. And consider this create command. Create command is used to create the table. If you want to create a table of student database, then we have to specify, means what will be the columns and what will their be types, data types and constraints, all that. So using create table, we can create a new table into the database. Alter table, if we created some table and we want to change the structure of table, means we want to add or remove any column, then we can use alter command to change the structure of that table. Drop table, it will completely drop the table from the database, which means that structure will be completely deleted from the database. Truncate is the command to delete only the rows from the database, means all the rows, all the data from that table will be deleted, but the structure of table will remains into the database. Next is rename command. Sometimes we may give unmeaningful name to the table, and if we want to change that name, then we can use rename command to change the name of a table. So these are the commands which mainly deals with the structure of table. Next is data manipulation language. These are the commands which are used to manipulate the data within the table. Means if we want to insert new data, then insert is the command. If we want to change the database or update the database, then we have to use update. Then if we want to delete that data, then delete is the command. Merge is the another command which is the combination of these three, and it is used to merge the database from the two tables and it creates a single table which is updated one. Next is data control language. As the name suggests, control, it controls the flow of data. Grant is the command which assigns certain permissions for a group of user or a particular user. Means we can say if there is a database of students, the teacher can have permission of updating the marks or updating the database, while student can have only view permission on that database. So these permissions can be assigned or revoked, means can be taken back using these two commands, and that commands come into the category data control language. Just like DCL, there is a TCL. TCL means transaction control language. It is used to control the transactions happening in the database. Transactions means if we insert any data into the table, if we delete data, if we create another table, like that. Means within the database there are various operations which are occurring. Then using the TCL commands, we can permanently save the data into the database, permanently save that transactions into the database, or we can cancel the transactions using rollback command, or we can assign some save points in between the transactions so that if we want to delete the only few transactions from the database, then we can have save point and we can delete or roll back that transactions up to the save point. Important is these commands are used to control the transactions which are happening in the database. And last is DQL, that is data query language. Simply this command select is used to select a particular data from the database depending on some conditions like where condition, and the records or the data which is satisfying that condition will be projected to the query, will be the answer of the query. So these are the various types in which these commands are categorized. Data definition language commands, then DML data manipulation language commands, DCL, TCL and DQL. So I hope you understood the concept, and if you like the video then please like and subscribe the channel, and if you have some comments then please comment the video. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.